Hey guys, my name is Idan. Welcome back to another video. So today I want to do a video about the time frames and what time frames really mean and what each candlestick means on every time. And this is something that's a little confusing. That was a little confusing to me at the beginning and might be a little confusing to you as a new trader. But over time you'll start to understand it more. The more you practice it, the more you do it, and the more you play around with it, you'll start to understand it a lot more, and it'll just become second nature to you. So let me explain what I'm talking about. So now let's look over at the charts. So as you can see up top, I have 4 different time frames right over here. There's the 1 hour, there's 4 hours, 1 day, and weekly. These are the 4 I use for my strategy, and I want to show you guys this so you guys can also put them up here because it makes it easier to use and to keep going through here. It's fine, but this is just a little shortcut for me that I want to show you guys. There's different time frames on charts, and what different time frames mean are, since I'm on the 1 day chart right now, that means every single candle is another day. So I want to explain to you guys what the candles mean and what each time frame means for every candle. So let's look over up here at the time intervals, and here I've selected at 1 day, and what this means is when I have this selected, every single candle right here is another day. This is a completion of a day, every day of the trading day. So whenever the trading day starts for New Zealand JPY, whenever it starts, it will open up the candle at whatever time it is, and will close at the end of the day at the other side. So what I want to explain is using higher time frames will let you see bigger momentum. So what that means is when you look at the 1 day and even sometimes the weeklies, you will see a lot more momentum that you can spot where the markets have been going for that week, and then so you can predict wherever the markets are going to go for the next week or the next day or whatever you're trying to trade. So now let's look at what we see right over here. So over here we see a chart that I've explained before with trend lines. There's an uptrend going on here for a couple days now, and you can see that there's multiple bounces off this trend line. I've explained this in previous videos. If you have not watched the trend lines video or the support and resistance videos, I highly suggest watching those before you get to this. I have a step-by-step playlist series going through all the steps for the strategy. Just go through the videos step by step. It makes it a lot easier. So let's continue on with this. On the daily charts, what we see is that there's multiple rejections on this line. If we go on the 1 hour charts, we would see the exact same thing. Multiple rejections, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, there's multiple. So what we're looking for now is to see where the markets are going to go. The markets are going to go for the next week or whenever you want to enter this trade. So if I'm looking to enter this trade, let's see what I'm looking for. So what I'm looking for is a reversal pattern after this big momentum. So what I look for is for a high to be formed. So every one of these is a low. This right here is considered a low. This is a high. This is a low. This is a high. This is a low. This is a high. So it keeps going on like that. And basically, I'm looking for it to start to reverse. So as you can see over here, there's a high over here that reached this point right over here. So it reached that height. And then right after, it dropped right below to form a low, the next low. These are very important, so pay attention to these. And then formed a lower high right over here. As you can see, this is lower than this. What this means? That means the markets are going to start to reverse. Well, this doesn't mean exactly it's going to start to reverse, but you can start to, it's like an indication for me. You can start to predict it going that way. Now, what you're doing now is you still wouldn't have entered the trade. You're still waiting for it to keep going. Now, what I'm waiting for is to break out of this line. As you can see, touched again. I just want to replay, so this is back in time, so I can just show you guys the process of how the charts went. As you can see, it just broke out. Now, what do I wait for on this chart? I'm going to be doing also a video on when to enter your trades and when exactly and how exactly to enter your trades very soon. So be aware of that. But for now, I'm just going to show you guys this. What I'm waiting for is for it to break out of this trend line in a very strong momentum. As you can see, this is a daily candle. So for this whole day, it moved from here to here. I'm just going to explain what I mean real quick. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on the candlesticks. But basically, what this means is you try to read your candles from left to right. So basically from the left corner. So if it's going downwards, it's from the left top corner, and if it's upwards, then it's gonna be from the bottom top corner, like right here, as the green line is gonna be from the bottom. Then from here, from the top corner, from left to right. So it opened during this trading day right here and closed at the trading day right over here. So same thing goes for here. It opened right here and closed right here. Then opened the next day, opened the next trading day, and closed right here. So I hope you guys understand it a little bit. It's just a little summary of what it is. So basically, as you can see, close right here. What I would wait for is actually for that day push. I'm waiting for it to break out of there with a daily push. So I'm waiting for the daily candle close. I will wait that whole day if I have to. Be patient on your trades. Don't chase trades. Just let them come to you. Be patient and let them hit your support and resistance where you want to enter. So as you can see, it actually gaps. So this means this was over the weekend, I'm pretty sure. And it opened from, since the markets are not 24/7, it's 24/5. Forex markets are from this is from the New York Times. So basically EST, so Eastern time. At 5 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, the markets close. And on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, the markets open up. So this basically opened up over here. And then let's keep watching what's happening. So we can see that it clearly broke out. It's staying under this line, clearly. So what now I'm waiting for is for it to break under this line. Like I said before, you look for support. So what I would do is I would take this rectangle, and I'm going to look for where it has a lot of confluence, like where the charts had struggled pushing through. The charts had struggled pushing through this area, so it looks more like a support. This was a resistance previously, then formed into a support, and there's still a little bit of support up there. It doesn't always have to be perfect. Just draw it like a gap, and then from then on, you enter trades when you see that it's starting to look like it's going the other way. So now what I'm waiting for, I'm back on the 1 hour candle. What I did there is I went from the daily candle to see exactly the movement. Then to be more precise, what I do is I go on the daily candles. As you can see, it looks very clean right here. You go back on the 1 hour candles, and now I'm just waiting for it to break out. So let me just get the brush. I'm waiting for it to break out and retouch this line. I want it to retouch this and form it as a new resistance. That's what I want right now. And then for it to continue shooting downwards. So let's continue playing it through and let's see what happens. So as you can see over here, it's starting to play out. Oops. So there you go. It pushed out. There you go. There's a retest right there. As you can see, there's a retest. Here we go. So it's starting to break out, and as you can see, it's starting to retest. Even a 1 hour candle can be a little confirmation. This doesn't mean you should just enter off this trade. Just keep watching it. You see, as you can see, it's still pushed out a little bit more. As you can see on the daily candles, it's actually forming. As you can see on the daily candles, now it's starting to do the reversal and to retouch that support line and form as a new resistance. So actually, I'm gonna go on the 1 hour to show you guys this. Where did oh, there you go, played out. Okay, so it glitched out on me, but let me just explain what happened here. So basically, what I waited for is to break out, retouch, break out even more. There you go. For people that do daily trades, this could have been a really good, easy daily entry that would have been done in 1 day, right here. This is gonna be, actually no, this is more than 1 day. It's about 2 days. But this right here would have been a really good trade since it's pretty easy to predict, since there's a support right here, the support level right here. You could have just done the take profit, right? So there you go, that could have been one trade there. But for the people like me that trade for the weeklies, and I like to wait for bigger momentums, so I look on the dailies, and I like to get a lot more money out of it, a lot more profit out of it, instead of just going for the small amount of pips. So what I do is I would wait for it to retouch, even on the daily. If you get a clean retouch like this, if this is all that's, so let me see, let's do this. So if I get a clean retouch like this is a perfect setup. If I saw this and I saw it retouch this, as you can see, the candles went from a really big push, and then it went into price action, which, as you can see, it looks like it's losing power. The rectangle is very small. It means it closed and barely even moved that day. So if it has these small candles at the end of that support and resistance line, that is an indication that it has formed it as a new resistance. So now this is a new resistance right here. So this right here, resistance. That open. This is a new resistance. So now we can keep watching it. I would have entered my trade already, but this is why you should watch on your charts. You should go on different time frames because you can see this very clearly. As you can see, it's a very, very clean touch of this support previously. And if I keep going, you could see that it just plays on the favor. You saw it already before in the video because it glitched out on me, but I was just trying to show you this. And as you can see, it just kept dipping down and touched it. Sometimes it touches it multiple times, so it can actually mess you up. That's why I don't really suggest entering trades already once the trade is already going through it. You could enter at the start right here. I would have entered and just waited for it. Even if it retouched, I would just keep waiting, keep my stop loss where I want it to be. And soon, it's going to revert to the downside and start to push downward really well. As you can see, it's about to start happening, and there you go. Now it just broke out of this support. So it just broke out of here and did the same thing. Just broke out and kept shooting down. So that is something I want to show you and why you can use different time frames. To get them up here, what I do is I press these, so I basically favorite them. I would suggest for this strategy, if you're trading this, or I would say only use 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day. Weeklies you should only be looking at to see weekly momentum, where the week, like how the week looked for that. You can still see a lot more. As you can see, it's still a retouch, but it's not as clear. So the only thing I would do is just to see how much it's actually pushed through in that 1 week. But as you can see, it's a very clean retouch here. Even on the weeklies, it just looks beautiful. So this formed as a new resistance and kept pushing. So that's what I want to show you guys. This strategy is very simple. Trading should not be complex. I really think trading should not be complex. I'm saying simple because I'm not saying it's easy to learn. It might be confusing at the beginning, but most traders think trading has to be very complicated. Your strategy has to be very complicated that like only you know. No, trading should be very simple that anyone could look at and be like, oh, okay, that looks like a bouncing ball bouncing off this. Oh, that's a support? That's a floor? Okay, that makes sense. So I just wanted to share this with you guys before going on to some other videos throughout the series. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. See you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.